Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. In this video, I want to show you my honest review, and I hope I will be able to highlight all the pros and cons of this product. So let's begin.
I was 19 years old when I heard my father, Louis, screaming in agony in his room. At 47 years old, he was strong like a bear. The kind of guy who would pop a dislocated bone back in place instead of running to a doctor.
I was frightened at what could be happening. 2 hours later, my father died. He had suffered a heart attack just like my grandfather did when he was 52.
The pain in my mother's eyes was horrifying, and those ghastly moments were unbelievably devastating. While I was waiting with my mother for the autopsy in the hospital's hallway, thousands of thoughts were running through my mind. I was missing my dad a lot. How would my mom manage without him? Why didn't his heart treatment work? And why did he die so quickly, much sooner than my grandpa? And how many years of life did I have left? Considering the genetics that were running in my family, was I going to die in my 40s? I was furious for believing his doctors when they said the medication would work. I hated myself for never telling him how much I loved him, and felt God had made a terrible injustice when he left my mom alone with an agonizing pain in her soul. I prayed to God to wake me up from this nightmare. But it was real. It was happening. My father's death broke my heart and my mother's heart. He was our rock, but we lost him forever.
And that extremely painful moment of my life forced me to go on a journey that changed everything for me and for thousands of men and women around the world who suffered from all sorts of heart conditions that only got severely aggravated from their so-called treatments.
Little did I know it would lead me to accidentally discover the real cause of heart attacks: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and other heart disease. A truth only known to a few drug manufacturers, whose entire business relies on you taking more and more medications. You see, despite a popular belief, your heart problems have nothing to do with your diet or how fatty your food is, extensive cardio and gym workouts, the medication you've been taking, or even genetics, as was my case.
Instead, it's all down to a little-known but highly dangerous process in your bloodstream that causes glue-like sludge to form in your arteries. Hint, it's not bad cholesterol or LDL as they told you for decades.
And according to a hidden but groundbreaking new study by a team from Washington University School of Medicine and published in The Lancet Planetary Health in 2019, this is the real cause of heart attacks: high cholesterol, blood pressure, and inflammation, including all of the 3.4 million new heart disease cases last year. But there's an answer. By using a simple 6-second habit twice a day, known only by social elites who have access to classified information, you can stop this dangerous process which is happening inside your arteries and reverse and repair any damage it has caused. This discovery not only saved my life, but in just a few weeks reversed every single symptom of my condition. My cholesterol going from a dangerous 340 to a stable and healthy 170, no matter what I eat or drink, leading me to throw away my blood pressure monitor, restoring my energy and putting an end to my heavy breathing. And even better, suddenly losing 18 pounds of deadly belly fat and restoring my sex drive and vigor that I thought I'd lost forever, leaving Dr. Cooley speechless. Best of all, I was able to do it without restricting my diet, without pricey or dangerous drugs, without exercise, surgery, or special equipment.
All I did was this simple 6-second habit twice a day, a 100% efficient, safe, and natural ritual.
This nearly miraculous heart disease reversing habit I stumbled upon that literally saved my life is something too important to hide. And until now, that's been a problem. It's been kept from us by the very folks we trust to make us better, hidden in plain sight and right under our noses.
That's why in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to share with you why everything you thought you knew about heart disease and how to treat it is flat out wrong.
You're going to be filled with disgust when you hear what Big Pharma is doing every time a new cure is discovered, and how they leave people suffering their whole lives to line their fat pockets.
I will reveal the entire deadly and dangerous process that is happening right now inside your arteries. Now make no mistake, this is the real cause of heart disease and the clinically proven 6-second habit that you can do tonight to eliminate the dangerous sludge buildup.
And while you're sleeping, start normalizing your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your blood flow, while reversing heart problems and inflammation, protecting yourself from heart attacks in the future. Plus all the peer-reviewed studies that prove how this works. I'll even share with you the little-known warning signs which show a heart attack is imminent, something I wish I'd known before the night of my father's death or before my first heart attack. The truth is, you and your doctor simply do not know about this simple, all-natural, and unconventional breakthrough.
This incredible, twice-daily 6-second habit is so effective that in the space of just a few weeks has reversed heart problems in 62,502 people, and this number is steadily increasing.
Filling my inbox with success stories from people just like you who have had amazing results. I guarantee this will work for you too if you give it a fair shot. Whether you're a man or a woman, 30 to 90 years old. Even if you tried every single diet, medication, and treatment out there, if heart disease is your main concern, or if you suffer from high blood pressure, take cholesterol-lowering drugs, or you're more than 20 pounds overweight, the following presentation could be life-changing for you or someone you love. But before I reveal more,
it's absolutely crucial that you keep watching this video until the very end while you still have the chance, because honestly, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to keep this presentation online.
In the United States alone, Americans pay an average of $337 billion each year for heart medications and care. And Big Pharma is scared because what I'm about to reveal could destroy their business model overnight. The last thing they want is for you to see what I'm about to show you, so we don't have much time. Today, I'm giving you the chance to reverse all of your heart problems and never worry about an unexpected heart attack that can leave your family behind. To never worry about what you eat and what your cholesterol readings are. To never worry about your blood pressure and the constant need for measurements. To never worry about being a burden to your family financially, physically, or emotionally. Instead, you'll naturally control your cholesterol and blood pressure the way nature intended. Restore your energy, vitality, and turbocharge your sex drive while feeling younger, healthier, happier, and more energetic than you have in years, even decades.
It's time to free yourself from the prison of heart problems, once and for all. Does that sound good to you?
Then stay right where you are for just a couple more minutes and listen to this presentation, because I promise you, you can reverse your heart diseases with nothing more than a daily 6-second habit, and I'll show you the scientific evidence that proves it, beyond all the shadow of a doubt. But first, I want to introduce myself and tell you about my own battle with heart disease.
Hi, I'm Michael Cannon, and I'm 47 years old, the same age my father Louis was when he died. I live in New York with my lovely wife Diana and my 4-year-old daughter Bella. I've been a chemistry teacher at one of the biggest U.S. universities for over 20 years now. Although, when I was younger, I wished to travel in space. And after finishing my chemistry studies, I applied to NASA.
I showed up on July 16, 1994 to the medical exams for the mandatory blood work in the selection process. And after they collected blood samples and measured my heart rate and blood pressure, the doctor looked at me and said, "This is abnormally high for a young man, 155 over 105. I smiled and said I was just nervous. He waited for my other tests, and in the end told me he couldn't accept me because I obviously had cardiac problems that required medical supervision. It was the third time in my life when I was losing because of my heart problems. My grandpa, my dad, and now my dream of becoming an astronaut. I was so disappointed I refused to go out of the house and meet anybody for the rest of the summer.
This is how I got to spend my life teaching students how to improve the health of our great nation and how to be good people in the process. And now I'm happy to teach because I'm always surrounded by brilliant colleagues, teachers, and doctors, but also by outstanding students who immediately notice my constant preoccupation for the health of our blood and internal organs. At the same time, I want to confess that I've often attended and contributed to a few medical breakthroughs and life-changing treatments, but none of them compares to the heart remedy I'm about to reveal to you. This is something we can truly call a miracle. But until I got to discover this wonder ritual, God had another challenge for me.
4 years ago, after returning from the university in a hurry because my wife told me she was about to give birth, I had some strange symptoms. Initially, I thought they were caused by the intense emotions I had been dealing with. Then I thought I had the flu, with all the typical symptoms: coughing, backache, headache, and eventually a congestion in my chest. but I didn't say a word to anybody as I was extremely happy to hold our baby daughter, Bella. She was so beautiful, and I gently squeezed my wife in my arms, thanking her for this wonderful gift. But the very next day, I started feeling worse, and my back pain and chest pain were getting unbearable. So I rushed to the hospital where they told me I had suffered from a heart attack. Again, my weak heart took away everything that was dear to me. The same painful story of my father and grandfather was happening on repeat, with me being 43 years old and with a day-old baby daughter. It should have been the happiest moment of my life, yet it turned into the most frightening one. God couldn't leave me alone now. I started taking the drugs prescribed by Dr. Cooley, a renowned cardiologist in my area, and he clearly told me they were not 100% proof against future cardiovascular issues. He said I should take it easy at work, stay positive, and have a good laugh. Yet I never felt so low. I was angry, lonely, and hopeless. Ashamed that I left things to get to this point and disappointed for not being able to do something about it with all my medical knowledge.
Deep down, I said there has to be a real alternative out there, and I was going to find it. It was time to fight for my survival and my family with all my strength.
Naturally, the first thing I thought of was to get in front of my computer and start on this quest. I was determined to find a solution that didn't require special equipment or surgery, because not only was it very expensive, but it didn't guarantee you weren't going to die right after like my grandpa. There was one particular question that kept haunting me. Why do teenagers never have heart attacks? There are a lot of people who, just like me, back when they were young, ate far worse than we do now. But none of us suffered from a heart attack in our teens. Yet older folks, such as my dad, had sudden heart attacks despite a good diet and without prior warning. In fact, studies show that 60% of heart attacks are unexpected. Why?
I went on to analyze hundreds of articles and studies searching for the root cause of heart attacks. Now, I'll spare you all the boring details and cut directly to the interesting parts.
First, I found out that this cardiac curse kills a human being every 33 seconds. It causes more death and suffering than any other disease, and the rate of heart attacks is in a continuous increase. Millions of Americans are sick without even knowing. Then I found out that most specialists consider cholesterol to be the #1 cause of heart attacks, including the Framingham Heart Study, which started a careful analysis of heart attacks after the death of 2 American presidents, Warren G. Harding in 1923 and Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1945, a moment when the American people started begging for a cure.
The conclusion of these studies was that everybody who had a heart attack suffered from plaque on their arteries, so dietary fat and cholesterol levels in the blood were blamed to be the #1 cause of this plaque. So they suggested lower intakes of fatty foods, which would lead to lower cholesterol levels.
A few years later, we discovered the difference between good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. Good cholesterol is called HDL from high density, and the deadly form is called LDL or low density. So we are now advised to avoid certain foods such as milk, red meat, or sweets that contain bad cholesterol, and eat more nuts, beans, and olive oil that were filled with good cholesterol.
But even so, scientists hadn't figured out why heart attacks were becoming more frequent despite
"Back to work, all of you," he told the others, and no one dared to even look my way.
I was mad. How dared he? Why would someone say no to a remedy for heart disease? Something was obviously not right, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Well, there must be a higher power up there, because a few days later, I received a phone call that made everything fall into place. Because
at the other end of the line was the brilliant Dr. Richard Ammon himself, a great British cardiologist with 60 years of experience. He was a 3-time recipient of the British Medical Association's Physician Recognition Award, founder of the New England Heart Association, former chief of cardiology at London Memorial Hospital, and contributor to prestigious international medical studies, including the previously mentioned Framingham Heart Study. Dr. Richard Ammon, after introducing himself, said, "I read your touching story on the forum, and you are lucky because I'm speaking at a conference in America for a couple days. Let's meet. I think I can help you." The very next day, I got on a plane and flew to Washington, where I met Dr. Ammon in a small restaurant close to the National Mall.
Dr. Ammon, age 91, was a man of few words, so after introducing myself and showing my admiration and gratitude for his work, he got right to the point.
"Michael, the first thing you gotta understand is that when it comes to Big Pharma and their medical labs, treating symptoms always makes them more money than treating the root cause. Going in and showing them my precious research would never work where their blood money ruled. Even though my intentions were admirable, I needed to stop being so naive. And it was the same with newly discovered ingredients. Whenever someone comes with a natural ingredient proven to work for a serious disorder, they just ban it from further testing, claiming it's dangerous or homeopathic nonsense. And he showed me on his phone a list of 129 banned ingredients. Then he continued, "There's only one remedy that gets rid of these diseases. And it's used only by the top 0.2% of the world's population, the most important people, those millionaires who have access to top-secret information, while others contribute daily to the enrichment of big pharma groups while suffering in silence for the rest of their lives."
I got to my feet and shouted, "This is intolerable. We have to do something, please." I begged Dr. Ammon, "You are my last hope and the last hope of millions of people who are suffering."
Then he said to me, "Because you remind me a lot of myself when I was younger, I'll tell you more about this treatment. But please be careful. The elites of the world might come after you. I'm too old already, but you have to protect yourself and your family." Then Dr. Ammon told me he'd suffered his first heart attack when he was 42, before creating a special protocol which normalized the functions of the heart. He had written so much on the subject, I had only read one of his studies, and he said to me, "When the government heard that I wanted to perform an open heart and cardioid artery surgery to find out what caused heart attacks and heart disease, they helped me, giving me funding. And of course I was happy to sign a contract with them. I even participated in the Framingham Heart Study, but then, as soon as I discovered the remedy, they took it away and silenced me, saying they owned my discoveries."
Suddenly, I understood why nobody created a complete remedy for heart attacks and why all the studies limit themselves to just a few facts and recommendations.
Dr. Ammon continued, "The special formula works incredibly well. In just 14 days, it normalized my blood pressure, lowered my LDL cholesterol, improved my blood flow. Since then, I never had any heart attack symptoms and my energy is back. This protects your arteries and your blood so that cholesterol flows through them without getting oxidized and stuck, causing deadly plaque, even though you're no longer a teenager. What's actually happening is that after hitting 30 years old, we start losing the antioxidants in our cells until we eventually run out of them completely. That's why LDL starts getting oxidized at a faster and faster rate after 35. It gets worse as you get older. And this rusty cholesterol becomes gooey sludge, getting stuck in your arteries, reducing blood flow, increasing blood pressure, and creating all sorts of complications. A heart attack being the most obvious one, but it's also connected to your digestion, extra weight, migraines, brain fog, and fatigue. And if a person didn't have this oxidation problem, they could eat whatever they like and not worry about any of this, just like teenagers do. But because Big Pharma has a big fat interest at stake, and because protecting their profits is more important than the health of millions of Americans, only members of the government, politicians, big corporation officials, and heads of state know about these things, and about this remedy, and they don't want the population to find out, because the losses for the top 10 drug producers of the world would be unimaginable. Thousands of dollars a year, if not tens of thousands, are spent on doctors and drugs for each American who is heart sick. Multiply this amount by the millions of Americans that are currently suffering, and you'll immediately understand why nobody gives you the truth.
Hearing all that made my blood boil. 1 in 3 Americans have heart problems. Their life is a living hell. Many of them are severely depressed and worry if they would ever see their nephews or grandsons.
So Dr. Ammon explained to me very clearly, if they ever release this protocol for use by the general population, it will be obscenely expensive. I don't think it will happen too soon though, because their financial interests are protected by keeping you focused on the problem.
I felt like I wanted to cry. And for the first time in years, I understood what was happening, and I felt hope that I could actually save my life and the life of those with the same suffering.
Just like you, I was extremely curious to find out what this ultimate anti-heart attack and anti-heart disease formula was. What could possibly make it so powerful to not only fiercely fight heart attacks and heart problems, but also improve your digestion, bringing back your energy and sex drive, and help you maintain a healthy weight? Pay careful attention now, because the following information comes from top secret medical research to which the general public has no access to. Here's a short explanation of some of the secret ingredients used by Dr. Ammon and how they work. First, Dr. Ammon warned me, this is 100% effective only when you use all the ingredients combined, in these exact same ratios, to get the best possible results against heart attacks and heart disorders. Without adequate preparation, the whole ritual is pretty much worthless. And if you don't mix them properly, the ingredients themselves can become oxidized and useless. That's why a lot of supplements don't have any effect, and this is something that no one will tell you, because as Dr. Ammon said, Big Pharma's interest is to keep you on the hamster wheel, not solve your problems. Dr. Ammon had chosen hibiscus and hawthorn berry as the first aid duo that prevents the oxidation of cholesterol from the very first day. This happens because this emergency dual-action system works quickly and gets absorbed into your bloodstream with full potency and force. This stops the oxidation of LDL and prevents deadly plaque buildup. When you combine hibiscus with the optimum amount of hawthorn berry, and yes, garlic, this increases the healing and regenerative capacity of your cells and creates more nitric oxide to clear your blood vessels of existing plaque deposits. It also removes sick and stagnated cells that lead to a host of chain reactions in the process of heart disease. Garlic is key for allowing and maintaining the right thickness of your blood. It helps dilate your blood vessels, and through these mechanisms, it contributes to a healthy and normal blood pressure and arterial function. When you also add vitamin B6, magnesium, potassium, and riboflavin, this is the most effective help in sustaining your cardiovascular system, maintaining healthy cholesterol levels, and helping your heart get into its natural rhythm, which balances out all of your metabolic processes inside your body. Then Dr. Ammon told me there are 233 species of hibiscus and over 1,000 species of hawthorn berries, and only one of each kind is the best to prevent cholesterol oxidation inside your body fast, the ones found in Kunlun Mountains in Tibet. In fact, this powerful combination acts like a super steroid for your blood, helping it flow seamlessly down your arteries without your cholesterol turning into sticky goo and deadly plaque, feeding every cell inside the arteries and creating the space they need to repair themselves. You'll notice more energy, vigor, and excellent digestion because of increased blood flow. Soon enough, you'll enjoy the cholesterol of your youth, able to eat everything you want without any preoccupation for your cholesterol or blood pressure. They simply become things of the past.
After Dr. Ammon told me all this, I realized that I would not be able to make this formula as effective as he did, no matter how hard I tried. He knew the exact ratios, he knew the order of the ingredients, the type and variety of each plant that is best, how to source for purity, and most importantly, he had done this before multiple times.
As you can imagine, it took months of persistently following up with Dr. Ammon to recreate this super potent formula so heart sufferers everywhere could benefit. We both knew how incredibly risky it was, as we could have lost our freedom and even our lives, but we did it anyway. To help millions of heart sufferers get their lives back, we searched the whole world through our scientific connections and only worked with certified producers and verified suppliers, making sure that for our recipe, we used only top quality ingredients. It was exhausting. We secretly worked night after night, testing until dawn, making sure that we got the right quantities and the most effective combination of ingredients. And in the end, there it was. My hands were shaking as I was finally holding the formula that would stop my heart problems and bring my life back. I almost couldn't believe it. Would this tiny natural pill become the most effective treatment to heart problems? Little did I know the answer would be a resounding yes.
Of course, I was the very first one to try it.
After the first pill, I didn't feel a thing, only a tingle of hope. The second day, something changed. I started feeling less anxious and more energetic. On day number 4, I felt a reinvigoration of my entire body, and I started seeing better blood pressure readings. Then Dr. Ammon told me about the 4 stages of the formula. Stage 1. In just a few days, your body will feel energized and reinvigorated. Your feelings of tiredness will disappear. Stage 2. You'll greatly notice improved digestion and blood flow, and you'll start feeling lighter. Stage 3. You won't need your blood pressure monitor anymore. You'll start seeing so many improvements, including excellent blood pressure and cholesterol readings. Stage 4. Your heart and arteries are now working flawlessly. Your blood is flowing smoothly and unobstructed, like a teenager. Your bodily systems are now working at full capacity. This final stage makes the repair and recovery of all your heart problems possible, and you get your healthy life back. You're no longer worrying about heart attacks, arteriosclerosis, or other disorders like poor blood flow, because your cholesterol and your arteries are being reconditioned for perfect health. I was even more shocked at how quickly my cholesterol indicators started becoming normal. On week 3, my blood pressure and cholesterol were perfect, and my depression was quickly lifting, giving me an improved mood and mental well-being. By week 6, it was like I had a new body. Again, all my vital indicators were excellent. My digestion was better than ever. I could feel my arteries were clean, as I was never out of breath and always felt fresh, reinvigorated and energetic. My feet were no longer getting cold, as my blood was now flowing freely. Even though I was no longer feeling tired, I was able to sleep and rest incredibly well at night. My old migraines had disappeared completely, and it wasn't just me, because
Seeing my progress, I gathered a list of 45 people I knew who suffered from various levels of cholesterol, blood pressure problems, even heart attack sufferers, and asked them to discreetly test out our special formula.
every person accepted immediately, because no one needed to leave their house, as I personally delivered the pills. They each received a form to report weekly on their progress. I was prepared to wait for at least a week for the initial reports to come back. But what happened next was amazing. After 4 or 5 days, I was getting calls from everyone in the study, claiming their blood pressure and cholesterol was so much better. They couldn't believe it. So I encouraged them to stick with taking their pills and continue tracking their progress. When I went to collect the reports, the results were astounding. Not a single person reported noticing the high cholesterol or high blood pressure anymore, and everybody reported improved digestion in less than a month. They also reported the disappearance of their stress, fatigue, and a few extra pounds, which was an added bonus. Judging by my own miraculous results, I anticipated most of these successes. But when I heard that one of the participants in our study had his early onset arteriosclerosis diagnosis reversed,
I knew I had a big mission.
I decided, with the blessing of Dr. Ammon, to produce a supplement and make it available for everybody who's tormented by heart problems, regardless of Big Pharma's interests. We call it Lionhrt because it is the only product in the entire world which gives you back your confidence and your courage to live. The only one that drives your fears of disease and heart attacks away. The same way in the Bible, the lion is the symbol of a courageous man that can defeat any obstacle. Lionhrt will protect you from heart attacks, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, even circulatory problems, digestive problems, and weight gain caused by a sluggish metabolism.
Lionhrt is your shield against disease and a gateway to a healthy life freed from past worries.
Now that you know my story, you're probably asking, how can I get this amazing treatment? The truth is that getting the right ingredients to make this powerful anti-heart attack pill is challenging. As I said, 97% of the natural ingredients on the market are either fake or filled with pesticides. Also, the people who have tested our product and regained the joy to have a healthy heart and body keep asking us for more bottles for themselves, for their families, and friends. Or just to stock up in case we won't be able to provide them anymore, and make sure they will have the power to fight heart attacks, oxidized cholesterol, or high blood pressure for the rest of their lives. Plus, there's an impressive number of people who don't have high cholesterol or blood pressure, but just take the supplement to rejuvenate their arteries and improve the quality of their circulation and digestion. emptying our stock in just a matter of days. Moreover, Lionhrt is carefully produced only in small batches that take up to 6 months to deliver. This process is essential to assure that the quality of the product is 100% effective. And don't forget about Big Pharma, who are already hunting us like mad for ruining their profits from innocent people who are desperate to get a minute of relief.
But since you've educated yourself with this video today, in the next few minutes you'll find out how to get your hands on a brand new bottle. And before that, I want to explain to you how you should take Lionhrt.
First, you should take 2 capsules of Lionhrt on a daily basis for at least 30 days. 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. There's no doubt your blood pressure and cholesterol will improve in less than 3 weeks, but it's essential for you to go through the 4 stages I told you about to significantly decrease your risk of heart attacks and feel how your entire body is being supercharged and renewed. In which case, it could take at least 75 days to treat the deterioration caused by the oxidized LDL cholesterol in your body, which means 3 bottles of Lionhrt. Or, and this is the most popular choice among the people who contacted us, if you want the best chances against heart disease or other circulatory problems while treating high blood pressure and cholesterol, a 6-month supply of Lionhrt is all you need. Nobody in the world can estimate exactly how damaged your arteries are at this point, because this depends on many factors such as your medical history, how long have you been suffering from excessive high blood pressure and cholesterol, your overall state of health and lifestyle choices, etc. So as a rule of thumb, after seeing the positive results of more than 62,000 people suffering from heart attacks, high cholesterol, blood pressure, and digestive or weight issues, we recommend taking 6 bottles or more to be completely safe for a period of 90 days. This should be enough to completely regenerate your body, supercharge and protect it against heart attacks and other health disorders. It's a fact, since many people have confirmed the results with such dramatic success. Like Brian P., 71, Pennsylvania.
My health wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be. I have to confess that after years of neglect, my blood pressure and cholesterol numbers were through the roof. My energy had hit rock bottom years ago, and just climbing the stairs in my house would often leave me out of breath. I was scared I could have a heart attack at any time. That's until I discovered Lionhrt. After 3 weeks, I could barely recognize my old self. My blood pressure and cholesterol readings are back to normal, my energy is excellent during the day, and I'm even going hiking with my wife next weekend. Lionhrt gave me back the confidence I needed to enjoy life and free myself from fear.
Carolyn S., 68, San Francisco.
I'd been suffering from high blood pressure for 9 years. My nose would often bleed from it. I couldn't even remember how it felt to have a normal life and a normal blood pressure. My cardiologist recommended I watch your video, and I'm glad I did it. This is a revelation. In less than a month, I've improved so much. At first, I found it hard to believe, but my blood pressure readings are now back to normal ranges. I'm feeling lighter. My digestion is much better without the acid reflux burping, and I've even lost 12 pounds. All of this without a particular diet, medication, or exercise. I never believed it could be this easy. This discovery is brilliant.
Vanessa T., 54, Detroit.
I've been on Lionhrt for 10 days, and I'm happy to report that I can feel my overall health has improved. My blood pressure is stable, and my cholesterol readings are back inside normal ranges. I've certainly noticed a drop in my body weight, also a shift in my energy, less daily tiredness, and more restful sleep. I can really feel the balance that you were talking about, and I already feel much more confident. Thanks.
And Thomas M., 68, Kentucky.
I've been suffering from high blood pressure for more than 25 years and have been on medication for the past 15 years. I had episodes where my hands would go numb. Other times, I could feel a pain pinching between my shoulders and neck, and I'd suffer from brain fog and dizziness. I had moments when I felt that pain in the upper side of my chest. My daughter is a cardiologist, and she told me Lionhrt would help, and it truly did. After a month, I started feeling more refreshed and energized. My pain and numbness went away. Ever since I've been on Lionhrt, my blood pressure never increased above 140/90. Thank you for this chance to a healthy life for myself and the entire family.
How incredible is that? These results are only possible when science and passion are combined. We are proud of our formula, and we know you'll love it too.
People are getting their lives back as we speak, using a completely natural and side effect-free supplement. And all it takes to protect yourself from heart attacks is 2 pills a day. It's now obvious why Lionhrt is the only efficient option to successfully treat heart disease. Nothing else out there is proven to work. You could go to a doctor who will torture you, as it happened to me. Then you'll try all the solutions, including diet, exercise, medical prescription, and you'll come to the same conclusion: nothing works. The disease will progress as you become more frustrated, agitated, and depressed. I guarantee that the so-called alternative methods such as teas, which are actually all fake herbal extract, are not strong enough to treat heart problems or to heal your arteriosclerosis. All these are a waste of time, energy, and money, and you know it. They won't get you well in a million years. Unlike Lionhrt, that can get the job done in less than 3 weeks while keeping you safe from future heart disorders. You can understand why Dr. Ammon and I initially wanted to set the price of Lionhrt at $480 a bottle. All the ingredients are natural, most of them quite rare and hard to find. Plus, this special formula is designed for the root cause of heart disease, which is life-threatening oxidation that could eventually lead you to death in less than 2 hours. Also, add on the cost of seeing a specialist in your area, including the tests and scans he'll make you pay for, and the drugs he's going to prescribe to you. And considering that the American Heart Association has estimated a heart attack can end up costing more than $1 million due to lost time at work, hospital stays, potential need for surgery, prescriptions, and so on. Given all of this, $480 a bottle should seem like an incredible offer. But as I mentioned already, Lionhrt is not about making a profit.
All we want is to help you and people like you get better. That's what my story and mission meant from the start.
I wish this miraculous product existed before my grandfather or my father died, but I can't change the past, and what matters now is that after receiving emails from people that can't afford Lionhrt, I knew I had to find a way so everyone could afford it. Which is why there's no chance I could consider charging you anywhere near $500 for this. And because you're watching this presentation, if you act today through this website and take the life-changing decision of investing in this extraordinary anti-heart attack and anti-heart disease weapon, Dr. Ammon and I agreed to give you the only effective treatment that allowed us to finally hit the stop button against heart problems for only $69 a bottle.
But you know what? I'm going to make the deal even sweeter.
Because I know how hard it is to live without a father, and in fear that this could be your last night, night after night. I've set up a discounted package system of 6 bottles of Lionhrt for you for only $49 a bottle, for a total of $294, which is being offered today only for as long as supplies last. Once we run out of bottles, the Buy Now buttons will not be active anymore until we make another batch, which can take around 5 to 6 months. So click the 6-bottle package or any other package you want below to secure your order.
Consider this, the smallest but most powerful investment that you've ever made for yourself.
1 bottle of Lionhrt might normalize your level of energy, will drive your feelings of tiredness away and bring your blood pressure into balance. 3 bottles might be enough to rapidly restore your cholesterol, blood pressure, and digestion, and rejuvenate your arterial walls by 15 years or more, while getting rid of your weight and circulation problems. But 6 bottles of Lionhrt could make your heart immune to all kinds of problems. With perfectly healthy arteries and blood flow, and a heart that's able to work at full capacity, just like a teenager's. Just imagine being independent and free from old age problems. You could turn 91-year-olds like Dr. Ammon, and your heart will still work like a heart of a lion. Click the order button below after choosing the best package for you, and you'll end up on our secure checkout page. Enter your payment details, place the order, and in less than 7 days from now, you'll get Lionhrt delivered to your home. Click the button now. It's the only way to secure your package while supplies last. You have absolutely nothing to risk because you're also covered by our 60 days 100% healthy or money-back guarantee. Start taking this groundbreaking formula. See for yourself how your heart becomes more and more powerful, how your arteries start working better and your blood flow improves, how your inflammation disappears, how your digestion gets better by the day, and how your entire body is regenerated and full of energy. Just like our more than 62,000 satisfied customers found out. And if you're unsatisfied for any reason, never happened, but just in case, send me an email and I'll buy it back from you. No questions asked. You have nothing to risk at all. Like I said, this is a 100% risk-free investment. So click one of the buttons below to get started on your journey of becoming heart disease free and restore your body in less than 1 month. But please, know you really have to act now. We are offering Lionhrt for just $69 and even cheaper if you're getting our more popular packages, just to put this amazing product into the hands of more people. Our mission is to spread Lionhrt to as many people as humanly possible, and the big dream is for heart attacks, arteriosclerosis, high cholesterol, and blood pressure to be things of the past. Click to make your choice below, enter your payment details, and place the order now. You'll gain access to Lionhrt, which will arrive at your doorsteps in a matter of days.
Listen, when you think about it, you really only have 2 choices ahead of you right now.
Option 1. Stop following this presentation and leave this page. Do nothing. Keep going the way you are now, risking a permanent heart attack. Frustrated that nothing works, spending hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars on useless therapies. Living with your blood pressure and high cholesterol for the following years or the rest of your life. Always being surrounded by that fear of sudden death. It's not going to be pleasant. Option 2. Grab Lionhrt right now while risking nothing at all today, and you'll be surprised at how well it works. This is the option where you have peace of mind, knowing you're supplying your body with everything it needs to maintain a healthy heart. Support your blood pressure and cholesterol, have more energy and vitality, better mood and mental well-being, healthy blood flow and sex drive, maintaining a healthy metabolism, and protecting your overall health by keeping inflammation in check. Why miss out on all this when there's no risk to try it for yourself?
You deserve to experience this for yourself, but only you can make that decision. Do so now by claiming your risk-free supply of Lionhrt. Thanks for staying with me, and welcome aboard.
Cool, right? Click the link in the description for my price discounted special.